All right, welcome. This is the Reclaim and Ignite the Warrior Masculine Archetype Within. This is the archetype, I can speak for myself. I think a lot of men might attest to this, but when you're a child, or when you're younger, maybe I want to say like around toddler age, your imagination is just so unlimited. You believe you can be Superman, you believe you can be Batman, you believe you can be anything. For me, I wanted to be a Power Ranger. I wanted to be a Power Ranger. I was obsessed with the Power Rangers. And to me, that was the warrior archetype being ignited at a young age. Like we had that warrior archetype back then, but as you get older, you're told, fit in, be quiet, don't talk so much, or that you're too aggressive, don't do this, don't do that. You're just told to be more realistic, reel it in, repress the expression of the warrior archetype. And the warrior archetype is that part of you that just wants to, let's go. It just wants to go to war. It's seeking the challenge of life. It's the part of you that wants to show its teeth, that wants to show its claws. But it does not mean that we need to be violent necessarily. It just means aggressive energy that wants to be channeled into some kind of achievement of a goal. So if we can just get clear on our goals, we can utilize the warrior archetype to essentially take responsibility for our wealth, our personal power, and our relationships. Okay, so today I want to talk about how you can reclaim and ignite the warrior masculine energy within, and how to channel it into the achievement of your wealth, personal power, and relationship goals. So I'm going to give you some specific steps you can apply. But first, we want to tap into the imagination, right? So imagine, for me, I'm going to go back to that version of myself as a child when I, wanted to be a Power Ranger. Think of some, maybe it's a fictional character for you. Maybe it was just like a masculine role model, like a male figure that was very powerful, very strong, kind of had that warrior vibe, like that aggressive masculine nature, but hopefully it was channeled into something productive. Like the Power Rangers, they used they fought evil, right? They fought the bad guy. So it's not like they were using their warrior spirit to do something evil. They were, making the world a better place. And that's what I'm talking about here. So for me, I can go back, I can close my eyes and go back to when I was a child and I used to love the Power Rangers, and that spirit, that energy of wanting to express that somehow. Obviously, as a child, not knowing exactly how it can be expressed, but it's just like it's exciting. It's also like a playful thing. It's not so serious, right? It's like, yeah, let's go fight the bad guys, but it's not so serious. And that's the great thing about the imagination of the child, is that it's so powerful and so expressive, but it can be playful and fun. So I'm going back to that time, and I'm experiencing that. So you can do this too. You can do this too. If you as a child, if there was some superhero, some comic book, whatever that you wish you could be, that kind of woke up some kind of warrior spirit within you, let's tap into that. Maybe it's an animal for you. Maybe it's an actual realistic, real person in real life that you admired, that had that warrior spirit, that spirit of aggressive but nonviolent action towards their goals. Okay? When I think of the Power Rangers, yes, they actually fought physically, but first of all, it was a fantasy thing, because they're not real, but they used it for good, and that's the whole point here, right? Is how can we reclaim and ignite that warrior spirit so we can use it for good, so we can use it for the creation of wealth, so we can use it for cultivating power, so we can use it for attracting quality relationships, right? So we get into that we tap into the imagination, and then now we start to get that feeling, start feeling that warrior spirit, right? I think about myself when I used to pretend that I was the Power Ranger, and I would and I would do that stuff, and I'm getting into that energy. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna channel it into my goals. I'm gonna get excited for my goals. I'm going to apply the power of the Power Rangers into my goals. Okay, so here's what I do. So this is something you can do on your own time, or you can do it now if possible. But what I do is I get a piece of paper and I write wealth, power, and relationships. Okay, and what I do is I start brain dumping all my goals, all my aspirations, all my ideas in regards to wealth. I do the same thing in regards to power, and I do the same thing in regards to relationships. And I put zero filter on it. This is where the imagination of the child comes back into play again here. The child has no limits on what is possible. A child is not going to say, oh, I want a Ferrari, but that's me dreaming too big. That's too expensive, or that's too far, that's too impossible, or too hard. A child would not say that. Okay, a child that's truly tapped into his imagination, he's going to say, hey, I want a Ferrari or whatever. So when you're doing this, you start writing down exactly what it is that you want to achieve in regards to wealth. Like exactly what it is. For me, I want a Rolls Royce. I want to live in a penthouse suite. I want to make $1 trillion, whatever it is. Why should I limit it to 1 million, 1 trillion? Let's go for 1 trillion. Like you put zero limits. Okay, you just start writing down all your goals, everything in regards to wealth, everything that you'd like to achieve in this lifetime. If you had no limits, if you could not fail, what would you want to achieve? In regards to wealth, would you have a ton of jewelry? Would you, right? You don't feel guilty for what you want. Dream big, imagine. Because we're waking up the warrior spirit that wants to go, the go-getter spirit, the let's go attack, let's go to war for our goals spirit. But we need some big goals, some big juicy goals that's going to ignite that fire within so we can move forward with passion, right? So you do that for your wealth goals. You look at power, personal power. What do you want in regards to power? Do you want to be a more powerful communicator? Do you want to be more persuasive? Do you want to a more chiseled physique? What do you want in regards to personal power, your personal goals? You write everything down. and you don't limit yourself. Imagine you could not fail. What would you go for? And then in regards to relationships, notice I said relationships, not just women, because before wealth, power, women, but it's about relationships, man. Not only do we want beautiful, attractive women, who have similar values and things of such, we'd also want a brotherhood. We want to meet men and attract men who are powerful men who have similar values, who have a positive outlook and are optimistic and things as such. So we want to get clear. What exactly do you want in regards to your relationships? What type of woman? Get specific. What type of figures, what kind of character traits does she have? What qualities? If you want a girl with a fat ass, write that down. I want a girl with a fat ass. Or you want a girl with a, whatever it is, blonde, Hispanic. Like, you get specific on exactly the type of girl you want. What type of personality does she have? Where is she from? What's her culture? Can she cook, right? You just go into it 110%. You go into it. You start writing down everything. In regards to men, what type of men do you want to be friends with? Me, I want to be friends with powerful, masculine, grounded men who have a vision, who have a purpose, right? Who have similar values like me, who value integrity, value discipline, value intelligence, value wisdom, right? Men who value loyalty, right? So you get so clear and specific on the type of relationships that you want. Slim and chubby, hell yeah, bro. So you get so clear and specific, and you have no limits, and you don't judge yourself, oh, this is good or this is bad. Fuck all of that, man. You put exactly what you want down on these 3 categories: wealth, power, relationships, and you exhaust the list. You keep writing until you can't write anything more. Then once that's done, you go ahead and you get you look at these goals that you've written down, and you look and see what is in all 3 categories. In each category, you want to look, what is that goal that stands out to you the most? What is the one that gets you excited, that gets you pumped when you think about, wow, what if I truly was able to achieve and manifest this goal? Man, I would feel so great. I'd feel so amazing. I feel so powerful, confident. I'd feel like the man, right? What is that goal? That is the goal you need to go after. Stop being realistic and stop being, oh yeah, that I think I can achieve that one. And no, go for the goal that you want. If it's, for me, it's the Rolls Royce. I want that Rolls Royce. It's kind of scary to think about it because I understand the amount of money that I need to make and the amount of effort it's going to take to achieve that. But it's exciting. It awakens the warrior spirit that wants to come out and play, because he's like, oh, here we go. Here comes a challenge for me to come out and play. It awakens the beast, right? The regular you that's just whatever, that version, okay, that's cool. But in order to really fall in love with life, in order to really live life to its fullest, you need a big goal that excites you, that scares you a little bit. Even you might even look at the goal and be like, how in the world am I going to achieve this goal? That's the one you need to go for, right? So that's the one you figure out what that is in regards to wealth, in regards to power, in regards to relationship. There's one goal in each category that's going to stand out more than all the other goals. That's the one we're going to focus on. Now, we can achieve all these goals. I believe any goal can be achieved, but we need to be able to focus. That we can't put our attention on 1,000 goals at one time. So we're just going to spread ourselves too thin. None of these goals are going to get the energy that they need to manifest. So you find one in each category, and we're going to lock in on one of these goals. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a 21-day challenge. The warrior seeks challenge. He needs a reason to go to war, and he needs a specific period of time for him to be awakened and transfer his energy into what you're doing. So we go in 21-day intervals. Okay, I understand. For example, if I say I want to, let's say I want to manifest a Rolls Royce into my life, right? I give myself 21 days to do that. Okay, I understand 21 days is a short period of time for someone to say I want to manifest a Rolls Royce. However, we're thinking based on manifestation, we have this understanding that it takes 3 weeks for you to see evidence that you have begun the manifestation process. right? So maybe in 21 days, I hit the 21st day, and I may not exactly have the Rolls Royce fully manifested, but by that time, if I've been focusing on the goal and I've been executing on a plan, moving towards a goal, there will be some evidence that I have began the manifestation process. What that evidence may be, who knows? Maybe somebody, I start having conversation and somebody starts telling me, hey, here's a business that we can get involved with that's going to make a lot of money. Or maybe my business just starts making more money. Or maybe somebody invites me to a Rolls Royce event, right? Something's going to happen within those 21 days that's going to show you and give you evidence that you have now began the manifestation process. And that's how the metaphysical and the physical world, that's how they work. Okay, the metaphysical world is instantaneous. We can think and visualize it instantly. The physical world, it takes time, right? But they say if you give it 3 weeks, 21 days, that's when you start to see evidence. Okay, it may even happen sooner, but usually 21 days is more than enough time to start seeing some evidence, and that's what we want. We want to get excited. We want the warrior to be ignited, and we want him to stay ignited because he sees that his efforts are actually, making a difference. Something is actually coming to fruition here, right? So we have these 3 goals. We lock in on these goals, okay? The next step is, okay, we know what these 3 goals we're going after in regards to wealth, power, and relationships. Yeah, wealth, power, and relationships. So we get clear on these 3, all right? And then now that we know where we're going to channel the warrior spirit, the warrior energy, we know where we're going to direct that energy. Now we need to put a plan of action together. Because if you understand the law of attraction and manifestation, all these things, it's great to think about it. It's great to visualize it. It's great to, get clear on it. But action is necessary. Action is a must. Okay, we must take action. And we must get in alignment with our thoughts, our actions, our words, and the way we feel. So now we put a plan together. What are some action steps? Now look, we're not going to know all the action steps right now. Like, that's where people get caught up. I don't know. Whatever you think you can do right now. What can you do right now to achieve the goal? If I want a Rolls Royce, what can I do right now? Okay, I can look at the business that I'm involved in right now. I can see how can I increase my income. What are some steps I can take to increase my income? How can I create more value, right? Or maybe how can I create multiple streams of income? Maybe I can do a joint venture. Maybe I can introduce a new product, introduce a new service, right? There's paths I can take. I just need to sit down and think about it and start writing things down and see what happens. And then start taking action, imperfect action, right? We don't need to be perfect. Okay, we just start taking action and we trust the process. It's very interesting. When you set a goal, you don't know exactly how it's going to go. They say man plans and God laughs. Yeah, because you can make the most perfect business plan in the world, but you don't know what the universe is going to throw at you. All you're doing is just setting an intention and getting clear on it and putting energy into something so you have something to focus on, right? It's our energy that we need to essentially streamline, right? Because we don't want our energy going all over the place. That's where people end up in circles or find themselves in the same condition because their energy is being dispersed all over the place. What we're doing is we're taking taking responsibility for our lives, and we're saying, okay, here is where my energy is going to go. Here's my wealth goal. I know exactly what it is. Here's my power goal, and here is my relationship goal. So nobody can move me and stir me around and distract, because there's a ton of distractions in the world. So many distractions. So if you're not clear on your goals, you're going to get distracted, man. You're going to get thrown off course. You're going to get thrown in this direction, thrown in that direction, and wonder where all the time went because you didn't focus and lock in. So that's what we need to do. We need to focus and lock in, okay? We put some action plan together, okay? So if you want the Rolls Royce or whatever it is, what can I do right now? Okay, just where I am. Let me be resourceful. Okay, obviously I don't have everything I think I may need to get it, but I have me, I have my intelligence, I have my creativity, and I can be resourceful. I can start where I am, and let's do that. Okay, and you do that in regards to all three goals. Okay, relationship, there's a certain type of woman you want. You can start manifesting that woman. Maybe you want to get with a celebrity. Remember, I said there's no limits to this. If you want to get with a celebrity, you set that goal. You surprise yourself, you end up dating that celebrity because you set that goal, right? Everything starts in the mind. Everything starts as a thought. You write it down, and then, you manifest it through time. Okay, the physical world, it takes time to manifest something. But if you can visualize it, if you can see it, that means you can make it happen. All right. So we get clear. We write down an action plan. Okay. For each goal, we write down an action plan. Okay. What are some steps you can take? Don't judge the steps. Don't say, oh, that's unrealistic. Just write down some steps. Okay. For each goal. All right. Once that's done, once you've come up with some steps that you can take over the next 21 days, now we need to start getting into the feeling of it. We need to start getting into the feeling because we need to attract the right people, attract the right opportunities, attract the right resources to achieve these goals. So we need to start getting into that frequency, into that vibe, into that energy. All right? I live right next to a media center in my town, and I want to get with newswomen. Perfect. Okay, perfect. So you set that as a goal. You set that as a goal. You put it on paper. You get clear on exactly what it is you want. You might even want to get more specific, more detailed, exactly the type of woman. Maybe there's a specific woman that you want to get with, or maybe you want to get with all of them. There is no limits, right? There is no limits. The only limits is the one you place on yourself. Okay, so you get clear, you write it down. As I said, you put a plan to action that you know you can take that's going to move you towards that goal. We start getting into the feeling. Imagine you close your eyes right now. Let's start with the wealth goal. Imagine how you would feel if you achieved your wealth goal. For me, I'm going to just go with the Rolls Royce. I'm imagining myself inside the Rolls Royce right now. I'm driving the Rolls Royce. I'm bumping some music. The music, the quality of the music is amazing. The interior of my Rolls Royce, I'm looking at, I'm like, man, I can't believe I'm in this shit. So sexy, so sexy. It's such a sexy vehicle. And I'm driving slow. I'm not driving fast because why would I drive fast? Take my time. I love my Rolls Royce. It's a Rolls Royce Wraith, okay? It's all black. It has the stars, how they have the stars in the ceiling. And I'm driving it, man, and I'm just excited. And I'm on the way to go pick up a girl, one of my girls. I'm about to go pick up one of my girls, And she doesn't know I just got this Rolls Royce. So I'm getting in that vibe. I'm getting in that feeling. I feel good, I feel good. I feel grateful. I feel happy. Okay, that's my wealth goal. Now let's look at a power goal. Let's look at a power goal, okay? For me, let's see, what can I go with here just to use as an example? Okay, I'm going to go with my persuasion skills have went to a mastery level, right? So I'm just smooth with my words. When I speak to people, I'm just so relaxed, so grounded. I don't need to get my point across, or I don't need to speak over anyone. I let them speak and then I chime in when necessary, right? I'm able to articulate myself so clearly. I see myself. I'm able to articulate myself. When I speak, people pay attention because they see the power. They see the conviction in what I'm saying. They believe in me, right? They see the effort and the time and energy I put into what I'm doing. They see that I have this great vision, and they want to invest in what I'm doing, right? They want to be a part of what I'm doing, right? So you get into that feeling. You start visualizing it. It's already happened. It's already here because I can see it. I can feel it. I can breathe it. Now let's look at the relationship goal, okay? You start visualizing yourself with that woman or those women. How would it feel? And create the story, create the movie scene of your life, right? I'm with this beautiful Hispanic girl. She's Puerto Rican, black hair. She has the Coke bottle figure. She has a beautiful smile. Green eyes. She's very feminine, very soft. She just loves when I take the lead. She loves when I take the lead. She loves when I'm grounded in dominance, and I just know what to do. And she loves to compliment and contribute to my business. You know, she's always trying to add things, share her ideas in a respectful way, and she's always trying to help make it more aesthetic because that's her specialty. She's good with design and things. Okay, I'm getting into it. I'm getting into the feeling, right? I'm really starting to feel it, okay, because I'm visualizing it. I'm creating the movie scene, right? And it's real. It's legit. So we've begun the manifestation process, right? We are giving the warrior spirit a reason to be awakened now because we have clarity on what we are manifesting. And the warrior spirit has no reason to wake up if there's nothing to create. There's nothing to manifest, right? So it's just going to stay dormant. But once we give it a reason, it starts to wake up. It needs a powerful reason. We need powerful goals. We need a powerful mission. Okay? So now we're in the feeling. Now we have the action steps. Now what's next? We need a morning routine and we need to follow through. Remember, this is a 21-day. We're going to go on a 21-day challenge here. Right? 21-day challenge. And at the end of the 21 days, we will assess and see how did the 21 days go? Did I move towards my goal? What action steps worked? What did I learn from the process? What can I improve? Right? So this is an actual process that's going to get you to where you want to be. Okay, but for those 21 days, we want a morning routine. So here's the morning routine. Here's how it looks, okay? First of all, you want, for the next 21 days, you want to have a specific time that you wake up every morning, okay? You are now in the process of manifesting these goals, and you're going to leverage the warrior masculine archetype, the spirit, the energy of that, and you're going to channel that energy into these goals. And so what we must do is we must take on this new way of being, right? We must summon the warrior archetype, and the warrior archetype is not here for, it's not going to show up for some bullshit. Okay, it wants to know that you're actually really about what you say. So we have this morning routine that's going to awaken the warrior masculine archetype every single morning. So have a specific time that you're going to wake up every single morning for the next 21 days. Okay, a specific time. For me, I get up at 3. Okay, you don't need to get up that early. I understand it's super early, but that's me. That's how I do it. I get up at 3. Okay, every single morning. Okay, this is the challenge. It's a challenge. Every single morning, okay, you choose your time. And this builds discipline too, because discipline is what's one of the key factors. One of the key factors to your success is going to be discipline. So that's part of why we do this, why we want to get up at 7. Why we want to get up at the same time every morning. Okay, so for me, it's 3. Okay, now you get up at 3. The first thing you want to have, like, something that you do as soon as you wake up. It could be a meditation. It could be reading. It could be exercise. Something that's going to just begin your day and kind of get the energy flowing and get you into a good frequency, get you into a good vibe to start awakening the warrior spirit, the warrior energy within. Okay? You start to do that thing that's going to start getting your energy flowing. All right? Once that's done, here's the next thing I do. Cold shower. Cold shower is going to awaken that warrior spirit, right? That cold shower, if you ever done a cold shower, you feel that cold, but you gotta man up, then that's when the warrior spirit starts being released. Fuck it, man, it's cold, but fuck it, I'm in this cold and I'm not gonna bitch out, right? You're waking up the warrior spirit even more now. Okay, cold shower. Then after the cold shower, you might want to have a nice, simple little breakfast, nothing too heavy, or maybe you don't have a breakfast, it's up to you, maybe you want to fast. Okay, so then what we do is these 3 goals, we're going to write them down every single day for the next 21 days because we want to manifest these goals and we want to focus and lock in. And when you write them down, you're putting it in your subconscious mind. So what's going to happen is you're going to, throughout your day, you're naturally going to want to move towards your goals because you're going to remember, hey, I'm on this 21-day challenge. I need to move towards my goals. What can I do? Okay, remember the action steps. So you write down the goal, okay? And here's how you word it. You say, I'm so happy and grateful that I have attracted, or I'm so happy and grateful that I have created, or I'm so happy and grateful that I have, right? You say, you get into a place of gratitude. Okay, because there's a lot of power in gratitude, right? It keeps you positive, optimistic, right? It keeps you from your ego from getting too out of control and taking over, right? And it allows you to become centered and open-minded so you can see, because the universe is going to start helping you. It's going to start giving you resources. People are going to show up, opportunities, and you want to be in a place of gratitude so you can see these things. Because if you're not, if you're too closed-minded or you're negative or pessimistic or whatever, you're not going to see these opportunities that are actually going to be attracted to help you, right? So we want to get in this place of gratitude. So you write the goal down. I'm so happy and grateful that I have attracted a Rolls Royce into my life, or I'm so happy and grateful that I've just paid off a Rolls Royce Wraith in cash, right? You get very specific on what you've manifested. I'm so happy and grateful that I've attracted a beautiful Puerto Rican girl with black hair and green eyes, and she's feminine and submissive. Yeah, somebody might say, damn, that's a lot. Let it be a lot. I know exactly what I want, right? I'm not going to settle for something I don't want. I know exactly what I want. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to write it down every day because I want the universe and I want the archetype, the energy of the warrior to know that I'm serious about this. So he is summoned and ignited, and he supports me and serves me as I'm manifesting these goals. All right? So you get clear, you write them down. Okay, the next thing I like to do is I like to write down 3 things I'm grateful for to put myself in a gratitude place, right? So it can be little small things like me. I'm grateful for the small things. Food and water, right? Roof over my head. And I might just, one person that I love and appreciate, that's usually my top 3. Okay, but 3 things every single day for the next 21 days that you're grateful for. And then you want to summon the warrior archetype. So literally you want to write down, I am igniting the warrior spirit within. You actually write that down because you want to summon the warrior spirit. What are you summoning? You're summoning an energy, a type of energy that's going to allow you to aggressively move towards your goal. And we all have this warrior spirit within. I explained how, it's there in childhood, right? It's just been suppressed and repressed and all this bullshit as we get older, but it's still there. That warrior energy is still there. Even if you get into a competition or you do sports and stuff, you see that it starts to awaken as well. All right. A new page. I have a journal. Okay. And every single day it goes like this. Day 1, I put the dates, and then I put, I'm so happy and grateful, da, 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 da. And then I put the 3 things I'm grateful for. And then I put my identity or what I'm igniting. So if it's the warrior spirit, I say I'm now igniting the warrior masculine archetype, right? Or I'm now igniting the king archetype. But right today we're talking about the warrior archetype. So that's what you want to write. Okay, yeah, so every single day. Okay, now the action steps. Okay, yeah, you asked about the action steps. The action steps, here's how I go about it. The action steps that we wrote down on that first day when we were manifesting, and we were brain dumping all the goals, that action plan, we actually want to schedule that within our day. This is a key component to making this shit work, because when something's scheduled in your day, you're much more likely to get it done. You want to schedule it in your day the way you schedule a doctor's appointment. When you schedule a doctor's appointment, pretty sure you show up, right? I think it's very rare that somebody schedules an appointment for the doctor and does not show up. Right, because usually what they charge you if you don't show up, I believe, charge you a late fee or a cancel fee or whatever. So we want to put these action steps within our day. Now you do this the night before, okay, because you want to see, okay, how's my day gonna look tomorrow, and then you schedule it in. So for example, today my day is fully scheduled out with the action steps that are gonna move me towards my goal. So I know this is the great thing about this. When I wake up, I'm excited because I know my day is actually set up for me to achieve my goal. It's literally set up. All I got to do, I don't have to think, what should I do? No, I already have it scheduled out. And you schedule it out based on what your situation is, right? Everyone has a different situation. Some people have more time, some people have less time. And if you don't have as much time as you'd like to, you have to learn to prioritize. In the beginning of doing this challenge, your first time doing the 21-day challenge, you're not going to have data and feedback to rely on to know what are the best actions, right? But as you do this 21 day, because it's intervals, so you go 21 days, you hit the 21st day, and you assess and see, okay, what action steps were actually effective, which ones weren't, and then you interchange, you take some out, you put some in, or you improve one, you know. So that's how it works. It's like your 21 day challenge, and the action steps get better and better, right? I have a goal on opening sets each day, but should probably put at least X groups each day. Yeah, you want to get specific, so you don't have to when you're executing on this, you don't want to be thinking or getting emotional, all this stuff. You just want to know exactly what to do. You want the warrior, you want to call upon the warrior archetype to just go to war. You know, like if you look at a soldier or a warrior, there's a chief that tells them, hey, here's what to do, and then they do it. Right? The chief, the captain, the general, he says, hey, here's what to do. And the soldier doesn't say, I don't know if I should do it, or what do you think, or da-da-da. No, he just goes and does it. Right? So we want to be the chief by setting the goal and getting clear and all of that. And then we put the action plan in our schedule. And then we summon or ignite the warrior archetype to go ahead and take action. Put his head down and go and take action. Because guess what? I'm aware. I'm not saying that this is super easy. Fear is gonna come up, you know, all this little, the little bullshit that tries to come in the way, procrastination, all these things, right? But we're gonna summon the warrior archetype. The warrior archetype is just gonna go for the goals, okay? Now, if fear and stuff like that starts showing up, then we're gonna have to tap into the magician, okay? And that's for another Facebook Live. But yeah, right now we're focused on the warrior archetype, okay? And the warrior archetype is all about aggressive action. And the more we strengthen this archetype, the more consistent we're going to be, the better of an action taker you're going to become. Because these archetypes, okay, the four masculine archetypes of the king, the warrior, the magician, the lover, we can utilize these archetypes to achieve different things in our lives, right? But when it comes to goal setting and moving forward and taking action, the warrior is the archetype that we must harness for this, okay? So that is the process, right? That is the process, okay? As I said, we'll just kind of recap a little bit, all right? We can recap. TFT, go ahead and let me know what that is, brother. TFT is good for reducing fear. But yeah, so just to recap, specifically tapping under the eye, okay? I think I know what you're talking about. I think I've seen something on that topic. But yeah, so just to recap, the first thing we do, okay, is we want to summon the warrior archetype within. The warrior archetype, we need to go back and visualize as a child, right? As a child, there was some part of you that was unlimited in his imagination. You could imagine anything, right? You thought anything was possible. Go back to that. Go back to that version of yourself. For me, I believe that I was going to be a Power Ranger. I go back to that limitless spirit, that unlimited spirit of I can be anything, right? And I was young, naive, so I didn't realize, okay, being a Power Ranger is probably not exactly what I want to be, but it was just that idea that I could be anything. That's the whole point. So what I'm doing is I'm taking that energy, which is the warrior energy of, yeah, I want to go out and fight the bad guy, but instead of going and fighting the bad guy, what I want to do is I want to take that warrior spirit and I want to use that to achieve my goals. Because it's an energy, it's a spirit. I can use that to achieve my goals. Okay, instead of me trying to become a Power Ranger, let me just go and get a Rolls Royce. Let me just go and attract the kind of woman that I want. Let me just go after my personal power goals. Let me become a better more persuasive, better communicator, better physique, whatever it is, right? So we tap into that. We brain dump all the goals in regards to wealth, power, and relationships. Like you just, maybe even put a timer for either 10 to 20 minutes, and you just start brain dumping everything. All the goals and aspirations and things you want to do in your life, milestones, achievements that you want to go achieve, and you put zero limits. Imagine if you could not fail. Imagine if failure was not an option. Imagine if your success was guaranteed. What would you want to achieve? You write everything down, and then on each column, there's going to be that one goal in each column that's going to stand out the most. That's the one you want to go after. That's the one you want to go after. Don't tell yourself, oh, it's not realistic or this and that. Fuck all that bullshit, man. Go for the exact goal you want. That is going to make your life interesting. That is going to awaken the warrior spirit. The warrior spirit's not going to awaken for some bullshit, I'm telling you. The beast, the lion, the whatever, the predator inside you that wants to go and attack. But remember, we're attacking our goals. We're not going to hurt anyone. That part of you needs a reason to come out. It needs a powerful reason, and we're giving it 3. We're giving it 3 powerful goals to channel its energy into. And then, as I said, we get clear on some action steps for each. We start getting into the feeling. We start visualizing it. How would you feel if you achieved this goal? How would you feel if you were in it right now? If I had the Rolls Royce right now, I'd be using this hand to steer. Right? You get into it. What if you had the woman next to you right now? What if she was in your bed? You know, you get into it. You start visualizing it. And then you come up with a morning routine. We spoke on that. You know, set up a morning routine, and then you put these action steps into your schedule. So your day is scheduled out with, now it's scheduled with specific action steps that are going to move you towards your goals. I'm going to attack my socially conditioned shame around sex as well. Powerful. Yeah, sexual shame is a big one. So yeah, go after that, man. All the fears, all the limitations, all the blocks, right? Use the warrior archetype to smash through those. The warrior archetype wants to smash through those, but you have to believe in him. You have to get back into that childlike spirit of nothing is impossible. You are limitless. Your potential is limitless. There's nothing you can't do. All right, so this is how you reclaim and ignite the warrior masculine archetype, the warrior masculine spirits. All right, now this is just one part to the whole of becoming grounded in your masculinity. We have these 4 masculine archetypes, right? We have the king, we have the warrior, we have the magician, we have the lord, the lover. Today we spoke on how to reclaim and ignite the warrior. All right. But what I've done is I've put a program together. This is like a ritual initiation program. It's called the Masculine Throne Initiation, where I actually show you a process on how you can initiate yourself into these 4 masculine archetypes and leverage them to achieve your wealth, power, and relationship goals. I'm going to break it down for you right now. Okay. We start with the warrior. This process that I explained to you today in a Masculine Throne Initiation, we do this process together. We actually, you actually have me on your side to execute on this exact system we talked about today in regards to the warrior, but I show you how to tap into the other archetypes as well, right? So we'd actually be jumping on a call where we do this exercise together, and I'd actually be supporting you and guiding you throughout this process of achieving your wealth, power, and relationship goals, okay? And we utilize these masculine archetypes. They're already within. We have everything we need within. We just need to know how to tap into them. Yes, that's CG. Yes. All right, I read the book, and I've taken my own interpretation of it, and I've used it to, how can we utilize these archetypes to create tangible results? So I looked at wealth, power, and relationships. How can we use these archetypes to achieve our wealth, power, and relationship goals? We use the warrior archetype to ignite that aggressive action-taking spirit. We use the king archetype to start building our kingdom, our empire of wealth, of power, and relationships, right? We use the magician archetype to essentially remove mental blocks and gain control of our subconscious mind and learn how to use our subconscious mind to serve us and achieve our goals. Okay, and then we look at the what would we hit? We hit the warrior, we hit the king, we hit the magician, and the lover. We use the lover archetype to learn how to fall in love with ourselves, fall in love with our lives, and then how to express that love so we attract more love and we live a life of love, right? So 4 masculine archetypes. So what I've done is I've created what I call the Masculine Throne Initiation. This is a program where I introduce these archetypes to you, my interpretation, how you can utilize these archetypes to hit your wealth goal, your power goal, and your relationship goal. All right. So if you like more specifics, more details, know what the price of the program and everything like that and how it would work and how it would benefit you, just private message me and I'll give you more details. I want to thank you for watching this presentation. I will see you in the next ones. Peace.